Pastor Craig is one of the nicest, most productive pastors you could ever meet. People he leads, they love him, feed on his preaching and teaching. They share their affection for him with friends and family and neighbors. He's been at Community Life Church for 16 years, and he would love to end his pastoral ministry there. And if you talk to attenders at CLC, he probably has a very good chance of being there the day he retires. His elders respect and appreciate him too. Yeah, he's human. And now and then they've questioned a decision or an action, but he's never embarrassed them or become involved in anything that led to discipline or questioning his motives. For the most part, the staff also respects and loves him, although he's gotten a bit more distant from them over the years. He's not at all the staff meetings anymore, for example. Takes a more extended vacation each summer and has moved his office to one of the new workspaces that you can rent or lease nearby. He says it gives more room for other staff, but there's been a little grumbling about that, I guess. But it's nothing serious, or so it seems. During especially hard times like the pandemic or a struggling economy or much sought-after building program, Pastor Craig has led well. He put people in place to handle the various challenges and needs while working with leadership to wisely respond to any problems that might arise. See, Pastor Craig could have been the poster boy for www.hireyournextpastor.com. The problem is that in reality, Craig isn't as healthy as he looks. While he appears confident and together on the outside, he's far more fragile on the inside. There are things deep inside him that need to be addressed and changed, or he will soon hit a wall that no one saw in his way. He must be willing to look at his core, his heart and soul, and make subtle but important changes in how he thinks and acts, feels, and ultimately leads. Unfortunately, like many others, he doesn't see the need for change. In his mind, he's doing okay. Like some top-tier, skilled, fit athletes who suddenly collapse and die with little warning, this leader also has a heart condition and resultant emotional pain that must be addressed, or his effectiveness and impact will fade away. You see, people in any ministry can appear healthy, but they can be a long way from good health. They say and do all the right things, have a stellar educational background, and a long list of successful ministry roles. But there are these unseen viruses or tumors hiding deep within. See, these sources of dysfunction can be the result of many past situations, maybe poor parenting, abuse, toxic faith, failure, misguided choices, and family rigidity, among others. And if those are left untreated and uncared for, those core problems may cause the leader's ministry to fall apart or at best remain shallow and deceptive rather than fruit-bearing. In fact, the entire organization they lead won't thrive or be vibrant or refreshingly alive, but they'll be guarded and manipulative and joyless, filled with leaders who accomplish much but have little real impact. Recently, more than ever, the church has seen both well-known and obscure pastors plus other Christian leaders flame out. They leave their ministry, often later exposing attitudes and actions that shock those who know and work with them. They go, how did that happen? Well, sometimes a leader's good qualities and outward demeanor cover up the blind spots, the hidden dark places and misguided motives that no one sees or is worried about. They have many good traits that become what I'll call deflecting qualities because they take attention away from those deeper issues that need to be addressed. For example, they might be this gregarious flatterer, but they need to be a genuine friend. They might be this driven go-getter, but how about a purposeful goal setter? They may be a powerful communicator, but they're not a caring connector. They may be the subtle demander versus an ambitious desirer. They might be this distant executive now, but not an approachable leader anymore. They may be carefully controlled, but not a committed learner. They even might be funny, a clever humorist, but rarely a joy seeker anymore. As always together, accomplishing things, but not a fellow struggler. See, while a leader described by the first qualities would probably be highly respected because they say the right things, they communicate well, they get lots done, they appear to be okay. They can even be funny. but they don't exhibit the kind of godly qualities anymore that will keep them growing and thriving and able to head off the potentially destructive difficulties that ministry brings. See, many leaders think they're healthy because, well, the ministry's going well. Church people like me. They may be well known and respected outside their ministry. They receive awards and other recognition. They write books or resource other leaders. They don't face much conflict in their ministry. People keep telling them what a great job they're doing. Maybe they've been in their current ministry for a long time. But you see, there can be something quite serious below the surface that we simply don't see or recognize. A number of years ago, I went to an Austin, Texas dermatologist for my annual skin check. The exams were always pretty short. The doctor would sometimes discover a pre-cancerous mole or whatever here and there and send me on my way free from another exam for a year or so. However, this exam was going to be different. Towards the end of the appointment, the doctor found melanoma, a potentially dangerous cancer on my scalp. He said that while it was only on the surface, called in situ, it must be removed to avoid it becoming more dangerous and even deadly. Well, you know what? I'm glad he found it. He probably saved my life. But here's the problem. I couldn't see it. See, even if I had noticed the spot that he discovered, I might not have recognized it as something serious. And that's the problem for many pastors and other spiritual and church leaders. They feel and look healthy, but they have spots, maybe a tumor, inner hurts, and unhealthy strategies that they don't even see or recognize. And if left untreated, those problem spots can destroy and even kill a great person, a wonderful family, and a strong ministry. So in this group of videos, I want to talk about several of the key qualities of a healthy leader and potentially toxic characteristics of an unhealthy one. Now notice I said qualities, not just actions or habits, because change of both actions and habits will be helpful. But just checking off a list of boxes or steps alone won't address the underlying causes and factors that make us truly unhealthy. See, looking at these qualities can also provide us with a template from which you and other leaders, perhaps your own staff, can evaluate your overall leadership health and decide what you need to do first to move in the right direction, to be a healthy organization. So to help these concepts sink in and be remembered, I want to use the acrostic healthy as we mature and make our way through this important list concerning good health. And in our next video, I'll cover the first letter, H. And then in the following sections, we'll look at a couple of letters each time. But before you move on, think or talk about the questions below and spend some time in thought or discussion about them. If you're doing this as a group, answer each one out loud, leaving some time to share one another's perspectives. Be honest and candid. You're probably not alone on any of the challenges or the implications. Then join me again in the next video.